ചിലവല്ലേ? ഇത് നമ്മുടെ സ്റ്റാഫുകളൊക്കെയാണ്. ഇനി മെയിനായിട്ട്
Thanks for coming. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Clement. So, first of all, just a briefing. We have a safety protocol here. Just use the handrails. Thank you, Shabri. Good morning, everyone. So, before starting our program, I'm just briefing about our safety protocols. We have to use the handrails while using the staircases. The fire extinguishers are here already. And we have a fire exit way there. And the assembly point is just outside this tent. I think all clear, right? Thank you. So, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of VKL Seasoning and the entire team, it is my privilege to extend a warm and heartfelt welcome to each one of you on this momentous occasion, the inauguration of the Thuravoor planned expansion of VKL, a proud dsm-firmenich company. Thank you for the applause. A story took shape in the spice capital of India, where a deep-rooted passion for flavor has always been part of tradition. From those origins, we have risen to become pioneers in savory seasoning solutions, continuously setting new benchmarks in taste and innovation. For over 9 decades, VKL has carried forward a legacy of excellence, a legacy built on passion, perseverance, and partnership. Today, as we gather here, this inauguration stands as yet another shining milestone in our illustrious 90-year history, a celebration of progress, innovation, and the promise of ever together future. Thanks for coming. So, I hope the puja is already done. Yes, sir? Puja is clear. So now we are gathering here for the inauguration, and before that we have to light the lamp, which is just a spiritual turn of spirituality. Like now let us illuminate the path of progress with the traditional lamp lighting ceremony. I invite our esteemed dignitaries on stage for the lamp lighting ceremony. Mrs. Ambali Johnson, Mr. Agash Kulsreshta, Mr. Biju Joseph, Mr. Saji PS, Mr. Benny John, Mr. Ashish Tyagi, Ms. Susain Dupont, Ms. Fadua Bido, and Mr. Manoj Chetu. Please come up stage. So, may I request everyone to just stand up during this light ceremony. So, I invite, again I am just calling the names, Ms. Ambali Johnson, Mrs. Ambali Johnson, Mr. Agash Kulsreshta, Mr. Biju Joseph, Mrs. Ambali Johnson, Chief Innovation and Research Officer, NPRD Seasonings, Mr. Agash Kulsreshta, Director, National Sales Packaged Foods, Mr. Biju Joseph, Global Procurement Director, TTH for India, Middle East and Africa, and Vice President VKL, Mr. Saji PS, Head Manufacturing Operations, Mr. Benny John, Head HR Operations, HRD and Administration, Mr. Ashish Tyagi, Director, GOE LCP India, Ms. Susain Dupont, Senior Director, Head of HR Taste and SM&T, Ms. Fadwa Vido, Libaili, Business Controlling Director, TTH IMA, and Mr. Manoj Chetu. May I request everyone to join in me applauding this ceremony? Thank you. Just a photo session. We have a photo session, so every dignitaries can just come down. You can take your seats. Thank you all. Thank you for gracing the stage with a symbolic gesture of light and knowledge. Now, to set the tone for today's event, I invite Mr. Ashish Tyagi, Director GEO LCP India, for the welcome address.
Good morning, all. I'm audible? Yeah. I prepared it yesterday. It's my great honor and privilege to stand before you today and extend a warm welcome to each one of you as we gather here for the inauguration of the... No? Now? Okay. For the inauguration of the VKL KTD expansion project. This occasion is indeed very special because it truly reflects the growth of dsm-firmenich in India and specifically VKL seasoning. First and foremost, I would like to extend my heartfelt welcome to our distinguished guests of honor, our global distinguished guests of honor who have taken time out of their busy schedule to be with us today, and it adds immense value to this celebration. Mr. Mauricio Clementi, EVP Taste for TTH, Mr. Juan Pedro Skimet, Counselor and Head of Economic, Embassy of Switzerland in India and Bhutan, Mr. Albert Plans, SVP Operation Taste, Mr. Florian Catalani, SVP Engineering and Large Capital Projects, Mr. Marco Monterio, VP EMA TTH, Mrs. Suzanne Dupont, Miss Suzanne Dupont, Senior Director Head of HR Taste, and Ms. Fadua Bidu, Director of Finance for Taste EMA. Most important, she gives the money. I also warmly welcome Mr. Rahul Jalan, President for dsm-firmenich in India, and the India leadership team. My colleagues and every member of the team who have contributed in their unique way for the success of this project. With this project now becoming a reality, it will be adding a volume of 15,000 metric tons to the Thuravoor plant, which already has an existing capacity of 7,000. So the total now being 22,000 metric tons. And for VKL seasoning globally, in India, the total volume would be 41,000 metric tons per annum. That's a huge volume. This project has delivered on all the KPIs, cost, time, and scope. And with the business delivering numbers, which are actually better than what was assumed during for the project business case, is an icing on the cake actually. So the business is doing much better. There are many firsts to this project technically, which is being implemented for the first time. For the first time in VKL seasoning, we are going to use vertical twin shaft blenders. So far, we have been using ribbon blenders and PSM blenders. Tipping of the raw material at the ground floor and transferring it pneumatically to the RM hoppers on the top floor. Centralized salt silo of 40 metric tons to distribute salt to all the blenders, centrally localized. Vertical process flow being used to the maximum to have increased buffer capacity and to increase the batches per shift. Centralized automatic CIP system. This is also something which is being done for the first time. Complete adherence to our global safety standards. The fire safety system that has been implemented in this project is as per NFPA 30 and the fire pumps are FM approved. So we are adhering to all the dsm-firmenich standards globally. When we first started working on the project in 2022, we had a high level of understanding that what is required. It was an idea filled with possibilities and challenges. When I talk of challenges, there have not been few. Couple of challenges, but yes, we have overcome them all. To start with, we had to build a new factory wherein an adjacent factory was already running. The built-up area of the existing factory was almost like close to 4,000 square meters, and the limit that we had, that we can build only the built-up area has to be limited to 6,000 square meters. So in fact, like we had to demolish most of the existing factory, which was scattered all around, and then build a new factory. If you see today, almost the full factory is new. The size or the built-up area of the existing factory is close to some 1,400 square meters, and the total built-up area is 6,000 square meters. So in a way, we can say that the whole factory is new. Constraint in height. Because of the constraint in space, there was a limitation to the height. The height we could go up to was 16 meters, because of which then we had some challenges in the design. There were other challenges also, like there is a running factory, then we have the adjacent factory, then we have the neighbors. So like no, it was a difficult situation. Storage space for material was less. In the running factory, the big vehicles used to come in the night time. When everybody was sleeping, you would have seen the road that is approaching to the factory is quite narrow. But because of the project, no, we had to bring in truckloads. Big vehicles were coming all the day rounds. The neighbors were not happy. Every other day, someone would have had a complaint. They would come here, start protesting. So it was a difficult time, but yes, we could overcome all the challenges. The backwaters are at a distance of some 1 kilometer. The aerial distance of the sea from the place where we are is somewhere between 2 to 3 kilometers. You dig to a depth of 1 meter, you'll get water. During the excavation, during high tides, the water would come in. So there were serious challenges, but yes, we could overcome this all. Actually speaking, when I say we, I should not be speaking we. I should be saying that because I was in Mumbai for the last 1.5 years, coming to the site once or twice in a month. It is the project team, it is the site project team that did the wonder, led by Neetu. She is quite a young, dynamic, energetic engineer, project manager, handling the site, a total project team of 7 people. And if we count the workforce, at the peak it was somewhere around close to 300. So leading a team of, I would say, 300 plus is a great job in itself. I was there enjoying my time in Mumbai, working on the other project. Okay. And in fact, like, she has delivered 2 projects. She delivered a baby. She had to go on a maternity leave. And then this project was also going on, right? And she in fact supported the site online with whatever ways she could. So I would really like to appreciate her. And then I would also like to appreciate the project team, Reno, Ashutosh, again, young engineers, part of VKL, and the PMC team. And the PMC team, we have been supported very well by Archetype, who are the PMC supporting us. From the PMC team, we have Thirumalai, Sinto, Mukund, and Rahul. Sinto is the SHE manager at site, and Rahul is the SHE engineer. It is a remarkable achievement that we have achieved 0.73 million safe man hours without not even one single reportable incident. And the safety standards have been, I would say, best in class and meeting all requirements of the global standards that we have at dsm-firmenich. In the end, I would like to sincerely thank the VKL operation team, HR, supply chain, legal, quality, every one of you who have really immensely supported us to make this happen. We have delivered it. I'm saying we, sorry for that. The project team has delivered it 3 months in advance. It was somewhere in the, I think it was end of April or start of May, I got a call from Rahul. Due to business needs, we need to start at least 3-4 months in advance. Can it be done by end of August or September? I said, give me a couple of days, I'll let you know. I discussed this with Florian. He said, you are at site, take a call, but no compromise in safety. I said, okay. I then talked to Neetu. See, this is how fast can we deliver? She said, sir, it's like kind of by October. I said, no, they want by August and I have already committed. Said, yeah, fine. Okay, then we will do it. So that is what I would like to mention, the spirit of the project team. We are a small project team, but very spirited, and thank you all of you. Once again, thank you to all the leaders and every one of you who have really helped us and make this happen. Thank you.
Thank you, Ashish sir. Now, let us enjoy a brief light music performed by the team Tandav before we continue with the proceedings. Thank you. I hope you all enjoyed the program. If you enjoyed, can you just give them a great applause? Thank you, team. So, after this wonderful event, now it's time to hear from the visionaries who inspire us. We have with us a distinguished panel of leaders. May I invite them one by one to share their thoughts. Mr. Rahul Jalan, President India VP, Taste, ISE and VKL. Welcome, sir.
Thank you. First of all, I would like to warmly welcome Economic Counselor, Swiss Embassy to India, Mr. Juan Pedro Smits, who has taken time to join us today for this momentous occasion. This is the first posting that he has in India, and probably this is the first time he's visiting any corporate. So I'm sure this will be a memorable occasion for him as he joins us in this occasion. I'd also like to thank Maurizio Clementi, a big sponsor of VKL and of this project. He's been a great support for all of us, and you all know how wholeheartedly he has supported VKL over the last 5 years. Thank you so much for joining us today to celebrate this occasion for us, Maurizio. And I would also like to warmly welcome Marco, Albert, Florian, Susan, Fadua, all my colleagues from VKL, from Taste, from ISC, from TTH, everyone, thank you for joining us today. What I'm going to do today is to tell you the story of the last 5 years, because, and some of you, many of you have heard these stories many times, but sometimes it's very important to retell the story, because during our day-to-day work, we forget where we come from. So it's very important that we recollect, relive those moments which have made such a big difference, and be proud of what we have achieved over the last 5 years as a team, as a unit, all right? So today, we are all here, and let's go back to 5 years from now. That was 1st of August 2019 when Firmenich decided to acquire a majority stake in VKL. That was August 2019. Today we are in August 2025. So 6 years overall as part of the dsm-firmenich family now. These are some of the pictures from day one of 2019 when the acquisition happened. And there was celebration. So we do a lot of celebration, guys. We try and find ways to celebrate, and that gives us joy. So that time also there was this dole. People were celebrating, people were dancing, and we'll dance tonight as well, okay? Then, 6 months into the acquisition, I guess all of you can recognize, remember something that we would like to forget. But this again was a life-changing moment in the history of our lives, probably the biggest event we would have witnessed as humanity. So COVID struck 6 months after we acquired, and as all of you know, VKL, 50% of the business is on food service, and when COVID hit, all public places were closed. All malls, restaurants, shopping centers, railway stations, bus stations, every public place where QSR is consumed was closed. As a result, nightmare. I had gotten into India in Jan 2020, COVID struck in March 2020, sales declined 80%. EBITDA was in deep red. I couldn't sleep for many nights. I still remember I couldn't sleep. And I was assured by Maurizio and by Emmanuel that time, guys, we are firmly behind you. Don't worry. We know the team. We have confidence in the business. You guys will strike back. So do not worry. Keep going. Keep doing what you're doing well. Keep people safe. That was the only message that I got that time. Stay safe. Keep people safe. Keep going. We are behind you. So those sleepless nights were there, but at least that confidence was there that the corporate team, the global team is behind us and they will support us in everything we do. During the business case, when we acquired VKL, there was this Project Marigold. Okay, Project Marigold was to shut down Alleppey because it was non-compliant and to build a new factory. Okay, that would have meant loss of income, loss of livelihood for 800 families which were dependent on the Alleppey plant. Okay. Now, after COVID struck and this happened, what happened? Project Marigold was shelved. Guys, get the business back on track before we invest any money. You are 2 years behind the business case. You are way behind on EBITDA. Cash sucks. Compliance is not yet fixed. So please go and fix everything, then come back asking for money, right? Now, May 2023. All of you, I guess, remember what happened in May 2023. May 2023 was the time when DSM and Firmenich joined hands together and became dsm-firmenich. And that was another milestone in the history of VKL because VKL became a fully owned entity of dsm-firmenich group. We acquired 100% stake and we became 100% part of dsm-firmenich. Now, ever since we were told to go back, deliver on the business case, I'm really proud of what all of you have achieved. We have not only delivered on the business case, we have exceeded the initial business case which was done at the time of acquisition. There were 4 key parameters on which we were supposed to be evaluated. First was revenue, second one was EBITDA, third one was cash, and fourth was fix all the compliance and become a compliant company. On the revenue front, we started when 2020, the first full year of acquisition, we were at 26 million. 2024, we've more than doubled the revenue to 57 million. And that is despite losing 2 valuable years out of the 4 in COVID, right? So the team has done a great job to double the revenue, losing 2 years in 4. These are numbers which are very low, but when we started the acquisition, we were at an EBITDA of 3.5%. The target that was given to us for end of 2025 in the business case was 12.5%. Any guesses what the last number is? This is the EBITDA that we will deliver in 2025, and we are on course to deliver this EBITDA. And all of this has been possible not because of me, because of one person, but because of every function that has contributed to deliver this great performance. On the cash front also, while I don't have a slide on that, but I'm happy to share that we are above the cash performance versus the business case over the last 4 years. The last one was compliance, revenue, EBITDA, cash, and compliance now. Now compliance, which was small at the time of acquisition, became a very big word, compliance. Everybody talks about compliance. Now we live compliance, we sleep compliance, we eat compliance, and we dream about compliance as well, right? So a lot of things were there which were non-compliant at the time of acquisition, which could have meant that we would have to shut down Alleppey, which is the largest plant of VKL, 50 kilometers from here. and we made sure with the support of operations team, with the support of HR team led by Benny, and I would like to also mention specially Nambudri sir, if you can stand up please, Nambudri is one of the old employees, an ex-employee of VKL who used to head HR long time back. He's now working with us in a consulting position, and he's helped us fix all the compliances that were there in LP, issues that were there in LP. And I'm very proud to say that all the issues which were identified at the time of acquisition and not identified at the time of acquisition have all been fixed, and we are 100% compliant with the local laws, with the global expectations. Not only that, we have also made sure that we keep people safe. Earlier, before acquisition, we still get cases where people's hands were cut, fingers were injured, they come back and we find no records of any injury, right? So there was a situation where accidents were not even recorded or reported, to a situation now where we've just celebrated 1 year of TRI free across all factories of VKL and Taste in India. We've upped our game on quality. We have received the certification on IMS. We are kosher certified, we are halal certified, we are BRC A++ certified in this factory, which is the highest quality standard that you can get in a food company. We've addressed all compliances, whether it was fire NOC, whether it was building approval, municipal approval, all those are in place now. I'm also proud to share that in the last 6 months, we've been awarded 4 awards on safety and quality, not only by the state government, but also by the national government. We can celebrate whatever internally we do, but the real recognition comes when somebody externally recognizes us, and I'm really proud to see this an action where external government bodies recognize what we have been doing and what we have achieved as a company. So this was the journey. Now, post-merger, we were again asking for money. Project Marigold was shared. We've delivered on the numbers, on the business case, on the expectation. Merger happens. The expectation of EBITDA for the new company was pretty high at about 20-22%. This business is not the most profitable business as a business, but we are doing better. So we went back asking for money, and then we got Patrick, who is the president for TTH, and Maurizio to come into VKL and show us what we are, what business we operate. This was the day when Patrick and Maurizio arrived in VKL post the dsm-firmenich merger, and they went through the entire process, entire business model. Maurizio already knew everything, but it was important for Patrick to understand as well. And we got their sponsorship for the investment in India. And I'm really proud, and again, thank you Maurizio, because this was the first investment that happened in the merged company. The first large investment of dsm-firmenich was VKL. Ashish mentioned many firsts. This was also one of the many firsts that was there. The first large investment of the dsm-firmenich merged company. So these are all some of the pictures where we explained them the business model, the project, where we will. You see Maurizio very animated explaining to Patrick what the business is. And then on 13th February 2024, we were in exactly the same place. We missed you that time, Maurizio, but we thank you for sending us your video that time. We had Albert here who had joined us. The rest, Ambali is there, but this was the groundbreaking ceremony in February 2024 when we had the groundbreaking, the project officially started, right? So 2024 February to August 2025, 18 months to build a factory where we will double our capacities with an investment of 15 million euros. Kudos to the project team, Ashish, Neetu, Ashutosh, the PMC team. great job done to deliver before time, within the budget, slight short of budget. We'll see how to use that, but slightly short of budget. 0 accidents, good safety record, excellent execution. We'll see during the plant tour. But very, very well done. Thank you so much for doing this, and thanks Saji to your team, to Benny for collaborating very, very well as one team to deliver this project in record 18 months. And 1 year later, we had also the opportunity to get our global CEO into VKL. You know, it's a proud moment. He chose to visit VKL because I gave him the option to visit 3 different sites. And he chose VKL because he wanted to understand what this small, beautiful business is about. You know, how does this business operate? What is the beauty of this? What is it that they keep talking about VKL model? So he wanted to understand that, and he wanted to see how this can be preserved, how this can be replicated, how this can be leveraged. So he spent a time with us, and that's Neetu and Dimitri at the project site, 50 meters from here, taking a tour of the plant and understanding the project, what we'll be doing. And with Dimitri, we also had the India Advisory Board, which is a panel which is there to support Dimitri into what we should be doing in India. And some of the words that came out of their mind, because out of their mouth when we were doing a debrief with Dimitri and the advisory board, some of the things that they were talking about: small and beautiful, agile, nimble, excellent. So these are the kind of, you know, impression which they carried. And it was so proud for me to sit in that meeting and hear those words coming from them, because in half a day they could understand what this model is about, what this business is about, and how we can leverage this, how we can expand this speed, agility mindset to the rest of the business in India. And today we are here for celebrating the inauguration of VKL new expanded facilities, which will add 15,000 metric tons to our capacities in India. Sabri, do I have to press again? And that's the site that you see. It's very green. You don't see it when coming from the road, but it's very, very nice and green, near to the sea. And the blue part at the back which is the expanded facility. Sabri decided not to give you a very closer look because he wants to keep the surprise for the next part. And that's where we are today, to celebrate this occasion with all of you. And thank you again for joining us here. This is not the end. The story will continue. The story will accelerate from here on, because now we have the capacity. We have to fill the plant very, very quickly. Albert Borizio, I had told you before also, once we inaugurate the plant today, we'll start the discussion for next investment, because this 15,000 with this team here is going to fill this plant within 3 to 4 years. Okay? So we are going to fill this plant very, very quickly and come back to you for additional requests for investment. So please support us as you've always supported us. This team is hungry. This team is curious, and that is what we need in India to succeed. And I'm very, very proud of leading this team. So the future is very, very spicy for all of us here and for the group. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you, Rahul. Thanks for your kind words. Actually, it was like a journey from our starting to now till date. So thank you. Now I invite Mr. Mauricio Clementi, Executive Vice President, Taste for Taste, Texture and Health.
Thank you everybody. Thank you, Rahul, for the nice background, the story. And thank you, the team, for the great ambience. You have an avatar, fantastic music, avatar screen. You know, I'm like in the future here. And as Rahul mentioned, we like to look at the future. I just want to, first of all, thank you. I feel very privileged to be here. This is a kind of a dream come true. We saw this many years ago with Raul, and Raul didn't tell you the full story. So I will tell you the full story, because he came with a nice story, but there is a little bit of an anecdote he didn't mention to you. Probably he forgot, or he tried to go straight to the point. So I have the privilege to have 5 minutes, and I will spend the 5 minutes to tell you the introduction of VKL project. Many of you do not know that between 16 and 2020, we were starting to expand the taste strategy going into beyond. That's how VKL came into our radar, because we start looking at how do we expand our business, how we go beyond taste. We're very strong in taste, how we can do more synergetic approach, how we can bring more value to customers. And so at the time we were screening, fortunately, we were still in Firmenich. The family decided to go into M&A. And one of the top really target that came on the radar was VKL. The question was, we were really very far from spice or seasoning. And in our strategy, historically, the company never wanted to invest in seasoning, because seasoning was considered, low margin, commoditized business. And the time when we were looking at this, we realized that the more and more I spent time, at the time I was head of strategy and transformation, so I was looking at how we really transform this business. And so I was getting a lot of information about VKL. And initially we say, okay, but it's a difficult business to get in. Are we sure we want to go there? And then we, sometimes we say, this is an area where we can do and we can make the difference. That's how VKL came into the radar. But we started dealing with AJ at that time. He brought a strong legacy. You have 90 years of history. This came a very strong message to us. We won a very competent team. We were a very solid and expert team, but we want to bring this team to the next level. That's the way the dream comes true. The only thing Raul didn't mention, I love AJ, and I still love AJ. I met him last year when I was in Mumbai, and we see each other. But we really need to build a new legacy. We need to build a new company, embracing, at the time was Firmenich, now dsm-firmenich group. So we need a new leader to come through to learn about the business. And that's why when Raul came into the game, he was having a nice life in Singapore with his family, doing a fantastic performance. And he has a very strong profile for M&A, for finance, and for building businesses. That's how I had to convince Raul to come back into India and start building the new team. And I have to thank Raul and the team here. Ashish, you did a fantastic job with Indu and the team. But I think the Thai team really deserve a big applause. I'm very, very proud of this team. You went far beyond where my expectations, which were very high. Raul mentioned about the business case. And he wasn't sleeping the night. I wasn't sleeping neither, because I was the one pushing for the acquisition. So 1 year after, we had this kind of COVID, a big mess, but you made a fantastic turnaround. So I want to thank you all for this fantastic turnaround. More to come, but what you realize today is, in the last 5 years, is fantastic. So thank you all. But keep going, it's not done yet, okay? Thank you.
Thank you, Mauricio. Now I invite Mr. Marco Montero, Vice President, IMA, Taste, Texture and Health.
Wow. Every time I come to this beautiful country, I'm always reminded by two words that Rahul introduced me to on my first visit to India, which is incredible India. So well done to all of you. And today's really about celebrating you, because this investment doesn't come without your hard work, without your commitment, your tenacity. And India just continues to grow every single year, and it's the growth engine of TTH today. So big congratulations to you. I think one of the things that I wanted to really talk about was to thank the project team, Nito, Ashish, and everybody that's been involved. it's a lot of work. The late nights, sleepless nights, to Albert, Manoj, the team that have backed it up, to Maurizio, Patrick, the team that have continued to believe in Rahul, his team, and their journey. And then to Rahul, I'm always inspired by your leadership, your ability to bring people on the road together. So this is a celebration for you all. Big hand for the whole team at VKL. And then I think as we continue the road along, one of the things that are very close to me is the people. And, you know, you're all someone's mother, someone's brother, someone's uncle, someone's sister. And I want you to remember that when you come to work every day. Because if you don't go home the same way you came to work, that's a problem for us. So I want you to please, every day you're in the plant, every day you're walking, working with your colleagues, continue to look out for each other. Because this business is where it is today because of you. So please continue to look after each other. We're all in this together. Without you, we're nothing. But without you, with you, we're everything. Thank you.
Thank you, Marco. Now I invite Mr. Albert Plans, SVP Operations, Taste Division.
Hello, everybody. I think Marco, you stole my incredible India, so I'm gonna need to change that. But I want to use these 3 minutes in 2 key thoughts for me. So one is, I've been building factories, I've been running business in India for the last 20 years. And believe me that one of the biggest challenges when you're sitting in US, in Geneva, in Barcelona, to convince people to invest in India. Why it's so difficult? Because sometimes you feel like safety, compliance, quality is not there. So my first reflection is when I started to talk to Mauricio about BKL, to Rahul, I was fascinated about the potential, the people, and how easy it was to make sure that what we were putting the money here, it would work. So my first maybe comment is like a big kudos to all of you that over the last 6 years, you built trust, you build this kind of capability to convince that this makes sense. Trust me, it's not that easy. With Mauricio, was really successful at acquiring a lot of businesses. A lot of these businesses, we are still trying to help them to be compliant, trying to help them to really make sure that they do the right thing. So that's, again, is a very, never underestimate that connection, that empowerment that you got, and how you leverage that empowerment to attract this funding. The second thought is more about the operations, and I'm really happy. I mean, very strong work done by Saji, by Manoj, by Ashish in CapEx, but in operations, we sleep not a lot, but we sleep better when we have strong safety, strong compliance, strong quality. And if you look at Rahul did mention the words from the state, the words from the country. This is massive. You need to look from the lenses of 1 year pre-accident in a country like India is a massive achievement on top of a full project with no issue at all. So keep in mind, as Marco was mentioning, you can invest a lot of money, you can get Dimitri here, which is great, but if you have accidents, if you have quality issues, that at the end, it pollutes everything. So I would definitely encourage everybody. I would congratulate you in your journey. I cannot wait to celebrate 2 years pre-accident in India, Rahul, not a stress, but definitely keep the path, really strong mindset on that, and looking forward. Last point before I close, with the new expansion at KTD, look at the LLP, BKL is gonna go above 40,000 tons of capacity per year. This is gonna be the business, the factories with the highest capacity in the whole dsm-firmenich company. So just to give you some reference, keep going, and I cannot wait to continue to help the team to grow. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Albert, for the kind words. Now I invite Florian Catalani, SVP Engineering and Large Capital Projects.
Thanks a lot. Can you hear me? Yeah? So hello everyone, very glad to be here. It's really an honor to be in India. I remember 4 years ago, I received a call from Albert. Hey Florian, yeah, Albert, what's going on? I have a nice project for you in India, you will see. Interesting one. Okay, interesting. What does he mean by interesting? Yeah, what a challenge project, to be honest. It's basically, back then, we were asking the team to make the impossible possible. I swear, and it's really what the team did. So big kudos to the project team, big kudos to Ashish, fantastic leadership. Big kudos to Nitu, project manager of this project. So Ashish stole the show at the beginning, but he didn't do anything. I'm joking, right? All the job has been done by Nitu, so well done, Nitu. Just outstanding achievement. Congratulations to the operation team also, because I can tell you that the operation team, because of us, got lots of trouble. So thanks for your support, guys, for your collaboration. Without you, we can't make it happen. So it's really a teamwork. Big congratulations to the project team. So we have been working with lots of external engineers. So again, without you, we can't make it happen. So now if I look at the, let's say, the engineering and large capital project organization, right? So it's becoming a new normal to deliver project on time, on budget, on scope. So it's something normal now for us, which is good. But I can tell you, to deliver a project without any safety incident, so this is really an achievement. We talk about 730,000 safe man-hour. It's outstanding. So on this make me very proud. Why? Because no worker got injured at this construction site. So this is what we should feel proud of today. So big kudos to the team. Congratulations. Last but not least, I want to wish all the best to my business colleague. So Raoul said that, okay, we are going to fill this factory in 2-3 years' time. So next year we are going to start working on a new greenfield. So looking forward, Raoul, you know. So congratulations to the team. Outstanding.
Thank you, Florian. Now I invite Juan Pedro Schmidt, Counselor and Head of Economic, Trade and Commercial Section, Embassy of Switzerland in India and Bhutan.
Thank you very much. As Mauricio has pointed out, I'm also very impressed by how modern this is, including the drone and of course also the very beautiful performance. You can tell I'm more of a diplomat with a big sheet and looking for a podium, so I'll try to juggle. I hope that will work. So, ladies and gentlemen, Vanakkam, I think you say here. Thank you so much for having me. It's a great honor to join you today in this very important occasion. Let me begin by warmly thanking the team dsm-firmenich for hosting me and also for learning a lot. And I'm also looking very much forward to what we see afterwards. This is very important for me in my job at the Swiss Embassy in Delhi, because an important part of the job is to support Swiss companies here in India. So it's good to actually see what are the opportunities, what are the challenges, and understand what you really do. So thank you very much for this occasion. As has been mentioned, a lot of firsts here, also from our perspective. Me personally, I would say one first is actually incredible Kerala. For over 20 years, I wanted to come and see the famous Kerala, famous for its beauty, for being laid back, but also for the development. I did a PhD on India on economic development, so I always wanted to see Kerala, and it took me 20 years on this special occasion to finally tick this off the bucket list. Even though, of course, it's more of a teaser than a visit what I'm doing here, so I'm looking forward to come back also, bringing my family. Also personally, as has been mentioned, this is probably one of my first official events in my new job, which I started in August. At least it's my first visit to a Swiss company that is producing here. As the saying goes, you only have one occasion to do a first impression, and also you only have one occasion to get a first impression, and I'm sure it's going to be extremely good impression that they're going to get about Swiss companies in Switzerland, so you're going to put the bar really high for my future work here, because I'm always going to remember this day over the next 4 years. For Switzerland and India and Kerala, it's not exactly first, but let's say it's a second or third, because actually there are very few Swiss companies that are active in Kerala. We have over 300 Swiss companies in India, and there's much less than a handful that is actually active in Kerala. This is especially relevant now as we are about to, as the TEPA, the free trade agreement between EFTA and India is about to enter into force on October 1st. TEPA, especially in many respects, is the first free trade agreement that India did with a group of European countries, but it's also special in the sense that it actually has a part where the EFTA countries committed or have an aim to invest. And the investment goal is relatively high. It's 100 billion. Switzerland right now, we estimate there's around 10 billion in investment in India. So it's basically a tenfold over the next 15 years. It's of course the EFTA countries, not Switzerland alone, but still Switzerland will be a heavy part of this. So this is something where we count, of course, on companies like yours, and I'm very happy to hear about potential new plans if they get approved. I hope they get approved. There's a similar commitment actually, which might even be more important for the people in India or in Kerala, which is about employment. 1 million jobs should be created also under this TEPA over the next 15 years. And of course, one thing that Switzerland has, it's probably a challenge to create 1 million jobs, but the jobs that we create are usually very high quality and support a lot of families. So this is something that is very special too. But of course, TEPA is more than numbers and a trade deal. We believe it's also an agreement that will strengthen business ties, will foster innovation, sustainability, and long-term values. And this is something where a company like dsm-firmenich have embraced and exemplified for a long time. We heard about the last 5 years, but I think you're even 10 years now in India. So this is something that for you is let's say, is the daily business, but now hopefully it's going to even intensify. We place great hopes in TEPA at the embassy. It's actually a big part of my job, but we also recognize there are some challenges. And this is also where we want to rely on you, basically on everyone here in this room to be our eyes and ears on the ground. And then, of course, also to help us deliver consistent and clear message to the government of the center, but also the state, when we talk to them, what are challenges, what are potentials. So we hope that we can do this together. And of course, as usual, the Swiss Embassy and the whole team Switzerland in India is ready to assist you if needed. Let me just quickly mention a last point. I want to thank you for your sponsorship of the Embassy's initiative Sustainability with a Plus. It's a campaign that is geared to actively encourage innovation and sustainable practices. And these are, of course, values that closely align with your work, given that you basically are ingrained in the environment, you work with nature, you depend on nature, but also the sustainable practice that you do. So we benefit from you not only through the sponsorship, but especially also as having you as a role model in this network. So let me conclude by highlighting again, I'm particularly happy to be here today, warmly congratulating the dsm-firmenich team for their vision, commitment, and faith in India. And of course, as I said, I'm very happy to hear about the future investments here, and if this happens, then as a famous Austrian has said, I'll be back. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Juan. Thank you all leaders for your wonderful words. Now, it's a time for much awaited moment, the digital inauguration. May I request the following dignitaries to kindly join us on the stage. Mr. Rahul Jalan, Mr. Mauricio Clementi, Mr. Marco Montero, Mr. Albert Plans, Mr. Juan Pedro Schmidt, and Mrs. Ampli Johnson. Just come on the stage. there's each podium for all of you. Okay, so it's time for the official inauguration. So let's count. 3, 2, and 1. There you go. Give them a big round of applause. Congratulations to the entire team for this wonderful inauguration and this wonderful planned new building. Thank you all. Now, let us take a glimpse into the remarkable journey of this project through a special video presentation. That was close, right? The journey was remarkable, right? So, congratulations everyone. Now I invite Mr. Saji PS, Head Manufacturing Operations, for the vote of thanks.
Once again, good morning to everyone. It is both honor and pleasure to deliver the vote of thanks on this proudest occasion, the inauguration of our new seasoning plant, a significant milestone in our organization journey. And about this journey, I still remember the days when we had the groundbreaking. Those memories are still not faded. Like this has happened exactly 18 months back, that is in February 2024. And within 18 months, we have a very beautiful factory without any kind of a safety incidents reported. So big congratulations for the project team for this good achievement. And in fact, Ashish was talking about delivering some KPIs of the project. One is about the capacity. Yes, we are adding 15,000 metric ton to our total capacity. Second thing is about the accident-free days. Like we have completed this project without even a single accident. That is 0.7 million hours of accident-free. That's going to be a big achievement. And third one, I would say, like the technology brought in to the project. Because if you look at the old factories of VKL, we were using all the conventional machineries, all the ribbon blenders, PSM blenders, then the manual packing. But a lot of change has been brought in to the new project. A lot of new technology has been added. New blender has brought in. New utility, like we have a chiller, which is a very energy efficient chiller, then cooling tower, then highly world-class electrical systems. So I thank Florian and Ashish and Nidhu and all the project team for arranging all the energy efficient kind of an equipments for this project. Thank you very much. And the third, anyway, Ashish was mentioning about the cost. The project is delivering within the budget, and we are going to, Florian and Ashish is going to save some money. And I have already made some requests to Florian and Ashish to consider some more requirements for operations, because some of the things I feel have to be there, but originally this was not considered in the scope of the project, but still we request you to consider your, submitting this application in front of you. Like I'm expecting a kind of a favorable response from you, Ashish and Florian. Third one is about the capacity addition. Like one is about the capacity addition, and there is a big benefit going to be out of this capacity, that is going to be the lead time reduction. Like now we are adding the capacity, we have the flexibility of operation between the two facilities, Alleppey and KTD, and I am sure like we would be able to reduce some lead time to the overall business, but I am not giving any kind of a commitment, but definitely there would be some reduction of number of days for delivery, which can give some leverage to the business team to approach the customers and get more business. And one more request to the business leaders, like now we are going to have a very big factory, a lot of machines would be operating, a lot of energy would be consumed. Unless this plant is filled up, this is going to be inefficient operation. So bring in more volume and challenge the operation, and we can give you better product in better lead time with the energy efficient kind of a And coming back to my duty of vote of thanks, first and foremost, I would like to thank all the distinguished guests for gracing us with your presence today by finding time to travel in our busiest schedule. Today we have Mauricio, Executive Vice President of Taste. So I am not going into the detail because he was behind all the approval of this project and all the phase 1, phase 2 project. He has approved within no time. So thank you, Mauricio, for finding time and attending this function and gracing this occasion with your blessings. Thank you. Then we have Marco. So Marco probably coming to the VKL for the first time, and it's a good occasion to visit Marco. So we have a factory to see today. And we extend our sincere gratitude to you for visiting the factory and gracing your blessing, gracing the occasion with your blessing. Thank you. Then we have Albert Plans, Senior Vice President Operation and Supply Chain Taste. So Albert is always kind of a motivator, kind of a influencer, I would say, because I used to have meeting with him almost every week, and lot of new things has been shared in that meeting. And Albert is already attended the groundbreaking ceremony. I still remember when he has attended, and when we are talking about the 24 months of completion, then probably Albert was having some doubt. But thanks, Albert, we have we have honored the commitment, and the factory is there within 18 months. And I would extend my sincere gratitude to you, Albert, for finding your time in the busiest schedule and attending this function. Thank you. Then we have Florian Catalani, who is the man behind of Ashish team. He's the Senior Vice President Engineering and Larger Capital Project. And Florian, in fact, visited this facility, this project 3 months back, when we have celebrated the 0.5 million 0.5 million hours of safety. That time, Florian was little bit hesitant. Oh, how can you build this factory in another 3 months' time? In fact, he was asking this question to me and Nidhu. But Florian, your team has done a wonderful job, and you can see the changes. When you go inside, you can see the changes. So I extend sincere gratitude to you, Florian, for attending this function. Then we have Susan. Susan is a Senior Director, Head of HR Taste. Susan, thank you very much for attending this function. Thank you very much. Then we have Rahul Jalan. He is the President of dsm-firmenich and CEO VKL. So I didn't have to tell much about Rahul, because he is the kind of a brainchild of this project, and a lot of motivation has been given to the project team as well as for the operation team. Because I still remember when we had the meeting somewhere back in 2021. In fact, we were all having some doubt about the capacity. If the business grows, how the BKL is going to meet the challenges. So thank you very much, Rahul, for extending all the support to the team and making a decent business proposal which got approved by the leadership team. And thank you very much for that. Then we have another important person, Manoj. So Manoj was part of the project team. So in fact, he only started this project. So he was part of the initial design. He was working very closely with Ashish and team. But again, but he had to move out to higher position, and but still his contributions are still valued, Manoj. And I extend all our gratitude to you for attending this function in your busy schedule. Thank you. Then we have Fadwa. He is the Financial Controller IMEA. Thank you very much for coming down to the Kerala and attending this function. Thank you very much. Then we have Mr. Juan Pedro. He is representing Swiss Embassy. Thank you, sir, for accepting our invitation and coming to the factory for blessing this occasion with your wishes and prayers. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Then we have the project team. Like Ashish said, they're a very small project team. Ashish, Needu, Rino, Ashutosh. They were working day and night, day and out, even on Sundays. So Ashish was talking about Needu's commitment during his maternity leave period. So these are the kind of memories which will not fade away from our thing. So I extend all my gratitude to all the project team for giving us a wonderful factory, Ashish. And next goes to the operation team of KTD, Anish, Mohammad Anis and team, because like Ashish said, this is a running factory. Without the coordination and support of the operation team, this kind of a project work is not possible. And recently we took a shutdown. 1 week back we took a shutdown for 7 days, and we are cutting down all the operations. One said we have got a high demand, and Akash and team used to push me for getting the product, but the other side I have to meet the demand of the project team. But they have extended all the support. They were working very closely with the project team, and thank you very much for the operation team, Anish, Ashish, and the entire KTD team for that. Then we have consultants, contractors, vendors, and the entire workforce. I am not naming each of them, but I still remember when we brought this workforce from outside Kerala, we have raised some concern about their skills. Basically, because they are not speaking the same language what we speak. So we have some concern about how these people will follow the safety protocols. But the she team of side, the consultant contractors, they have extended all the training to the people, and these people dutifully followed all the instructions and guidelines, and that is a result. So we can see there is no injuries at all. So good big congratulations and big thank to all the team members of contractors and consultants. Then another important person sitting in this is Jain. He's a factory head of KEA. It's our neighboring factory, because he used to have some. He is a big supporter of VKL, because he used to have some hardships during the project time, because sometimes I used to get the call in the night time from Jain and his team, like, sir, Saji sir, this vehicle is parking in front of my gate and I'm not able to take my goods inside. Please do something. So, but Jain understood our problems, and he also supported very well. And thank you, Jain, and Kannan is also there, HR person Kannan is also there. And thank you very much, KEA team, for extending all the support. Thank you. Then we have the leadership team of dsm-firmenich. I don't want to name all of them. And thank you all of you for taking your time to attend from your busiest schedule and gracing this occasion with your wishes and prayers. Thank you very much. Then last but least, always Shabari and team. So in fact, Shabari took the charge of this arrangement only 2 days back. As usual, he has done an excellent kind of a piece of work. And within no time, I think he has not slept yesterday, right? You have not slept. So, thank you, Shabari. Thank you, Shabari and team, for making this event wonderful. Thank you very much. And thank you once again to everyone who contributed making this vision a reality. Let us carry forward this momentum and continue setting new standards in the operation with the best in class and safety and efficiency. Thanks and best of luck to all of us. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Saji. Now, the official ceremony under this roof is finished now. So we have to gather here for a group photo. Everybody please join. Yeah, on the stage.
you.